This is the Alpha Mega World Record Megas tutorial commentary. First off, you must play on realistic. Yes, I said realistic difficulty. The reason for that is the boss fight mainly. And also it's more fun playing realistic, let's be honest here. The boss fight's about 2 minutes quicker due to spawns. So that's why we're running realistic now. Bad Dragon Scale as a talisman is a must unless you want to be in for a huge challenge. Level 3 talisman, like you see in the run, we're going to get a level 2 sword. Level 3 talisman really only makes the beginning maybe a few seconds quicker. That's it. So in the long run, you're just going to die, right? It's not worth it. So for perks, Dying Wish, anything I have, Time Slip, Stamina Modifier. And yeah, let's get started here. So I'm decently happy with this time. I will be running, just want to make a commentary for now. I will try to go for sub 27 or low 27. But for start off, Papa Rain, round 1. And that like 7-ish seconds is when you grab the nuke. Make sure you grab double points and then the bonus points, because if you don't, you won't have enough. So like I did there, I checked the code to 3 spots. I usually, if it's not on the bottom 2 spots, I just reset. And then you just buy the doors normally here. I'm gonna upload the main video, and I'm gonna leave this as a secondary video to the world record run, because I don't think you guys want to hear me ramble on, right? So there, I turn on power, then I open the door usually, and then pop my shopping free, and then I pop my sword, grab the telepad part, unless it's upstairs, we'll grab that later, and then throw a wraith behind you, because what I did not know is if you throw a wraith and get kills where you have your sword out, it counts towards your experience for your sword, and we want to level up the sword as fast as possible. So I do throw a wraith there. So as you saw me there, I hit the power switch and I knifed the mannequin head. There's an Easter egg for the mannequins to get the free perk. We're going to fail the Easter egg on purpose to do, you'll see it shortly in 35 seconds or 40 seconds. You'll see a quote skip. Also forgot to mention power-ups, elixirs, power vacuum, raindrops, control Z, and shopping free. Power vacuum is really good for pretty much the whole run because it gives us so many drops. As you can see here, I abuse it to stay alive. And also, you want to get a nuke here. About 2 minutes and 1 second, like I did there, you want to pick up the nuke. What that does is going to kill the zombies, but if you pick it up any later, it will end the round, and we want to keep this round. As you can see there, I shot the head. It's kind of a timing thing. Right before the computer system starts talking, you want to shoot the head, and that will make the fail noise of the Easter egg. It will make the bing, and that will do a code skip, and it will open the door immediately. I always check that valve to the left at APD, because 80% of the time it's there. I got the code and grabbed the key on your way up, don't forget that. If you grab the nuke, all the zombies will pretty much be dead except like 2 or 3, and it will just make your life a lot easier, and you can do the quote skip. The thing about the quote skip is, if you shoot the head but you're killing zombies or you're picking up other drops, it will void, like the drop or the drop spawn or whatever will cock block like the failed Easter egg noise, and it will just not, like the quote skip would fail. But that's just more of a expertise kind of thing. You'll learn that probably as you play, if you do that, right? So here I get all the vents. Pretty much just watch how I play. I'll try to tell you a little bit of pointers here along the way. So here I get the valves, then I nuke. Make sure you kill enough zombies along the way, throw as many wraiths as you can, because if you don't end the round there, well, you're just wasting time. So what you could do there is, if you kill the round and activate the Rushmore fast enough, you can put in the normal code, the first code, 7626, and then you can put in Doyer, I think, code, and then you could put in McCain's code all in one. You could put 3 codes in at once. And then you grab your Galvas, your Cola, your Brew, and then you come in and put your last code in. And then we have Adam unlocked. All before the TV for the clock step is finished. The Rushmore quotes, because he's just damn annoying. We're trying to optimize as much as we can, right? We don't want to waste any time. We want to be as fast as possible. So here I got unlucky. You want to get the TV down below. I got the TV. Oh, actually no, I didn't. Wow, I got the worst RNG. Usually I would just reset if it's not diner. I just played it this run though. I think I did have a decent clock. I do pack a punch once because we were trying to get brain rot, and I still have shopping free going. F930, that's decent clock. I think the best one is C645 and E215. 11 on A is pretty bad. And then here, once I pop the punch the zombie with the Galvas, I go out with my sword and I go ham with it. But you don't want to take too long, and you don't want to kill all the zombies here. I don't want to get to the clock by the time it runs out, otherwise you're wasting time, right? And there I end the round immediately, and I get my sword back. You could use your sword here, but we're gonna wait for the zombies to spawn in so we can get a little bit more XP by throwing wraiths. Also, I don't have any wraiths because I forgot to pick up the max ammo. I honestly, I don't really pay attention with my max ammo, and I'm usually always missing a wraith here, and I'm like, damn. When I play now, probably I'm gonna go for that max ammo. And here I'm gonna pop a power back, because I'm gonna need a drop for a quote skip. If anyone wants to run this, if you want any pointers or anything, just leave in the comments, or maybe I can add you on Discord. And I can walk you through a bit more. So here I got all my clocks, got the last one. So what I'm gonna do here for a quote skip, I'm going to trigger a Rushmore fail activation noise. So if I put in a failed code like 0000 and then hit it, it would say code not accepted. And if I put the clock code in fast enough, it will skip the first quote where he says nope, blah 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 blah, right? So that's what we did there. I put in a code, failed it, and then put in the other code, and then I skip one Rushmore quote. And then, like you saw there, I got a power up right when Rushmore shuts up after that quote. I pick up the power up, and that's gonna skip my quote, my character quote. If you pick up power ups, you skip character quotes in this game, or at least this map, if you didn't know that. So here I placed the telepad. I built a telepad and I placed it, because what we're gonna do here might surprise you. This is a trick I learned a few months ago, I'd say. And we're just gonna walk the zombie there. I'm gonna go right into the teleporter. If you do it correctly, he will follow you. Usually, I was surprised he stayed walking. He usually gets knocked over from the teleportation, like when I place it down. He gets knocked over. And we're gonna walk him in just like that. Here we want to, this is really our only other chance to level up our sword, unless we want to be slow. You have a power vac, so hopefully you get a full power. I never did, so we're gonna be a little bit slow. Here you can do another quote skip with a drop, but unless you're here early and zombies spawn, it never really happens. Or I get the power up by I'm like at like the APD area or at the truck, and by the time I get back, there's no time save. That character quote is pretty short though. So we've got Adam before clocks. We got Adam after, like, before Red Crawler. We're gonna take him with us. We're gonna wait here. What I'm also doing now is I'm keeping the telepads for later. I placed the one at Diner, because depending on my power switches, depending on the power switches, I might not be able to place it at Diner for teleportation during the mannequin step. Since I have level 2 sword, and here I put in the before I hit enter on Rushmore, I put in the full power code, which is 4376, which is equivalent to hero, which gives you a full power, full specialist. So here I was using the telepads on the street before, so I would place the telepad down during when I was running Adam over, and then I would jump in the teleporter after I hit Rushmore, so I can pick up the teleporter at beds or wherever you place it to teleport the Red Crawler, because we're going to use it at this step. But yeah, now I don't do this teleport step because I have level 2 sword, and I'm usually just sorting all the way over to the server at Rushmore. But as you can see there, we got the blue crawler. It's kind of RNG when he spawns. Some games he takes forever to spawn, or he spawns right away. You want to stand by that red truck, so you can teleport on the roof of the yellow house. If you're not at that red truck roughly where I am, he might, and you're on like the greenhouse side or on the other side of the truck, he will spawn on the greenhouse roof, and he won't be able to snipe. I call it the snipe. Snipe of the server. Once you put the server in, you're gonna come down here, pack a punch, pray on RNG that you get the brain rot. I did, luckily. I got a lucky sword here as well. I think I was about to die as well, that's probably why I used it. I input my code in my chat because I'm on PC. It's very handy dandy. And I get my code there with Control Z. You pop your Control Z right when you see a zombie. For the most part it works. If you get very unlucky, it might not work. But every time now, fingers crossed, it works for me. I put the code in there first because I have time. It's like a 50 second cooldown for brain rot. 45 to 50 second cooldown. So I have time to put in that code, and also Rushmore, once you put in the first brain rot code, he will say a line. So it's just annoying. So you get last code there. And because we're on realistic round 5, brain rot activates pretty damn quick. Pretty nicely, so... And here we can put in the last 2 codes without any headache from Rushmore talking. Here we pop a rain in the round. We might as well flip this round. We want to progress in rounds. We're going to beat up the boss fight a tad, the higher the round it is, well, at least usually. And then like you see there, we pick up the drop to skip the power up, to skip the character quote. Here, if you didn't know, there's certain power switch combinations. There's a Reddit post with all that on for the Alpha Mega guides. You can hopefully find that. I never really looked. I have my own cheat sheet. I honestly didn't even know about it. I'm the one that came up with this. Well, who knows who came up with this? It probably wasn't me, but I found it on my own, let's say. So I don't know what code this is. It probably was good. Probably got lucky. This is RNG as well. I always start at storage. You get storage, gens, beds, diner. That's probably the best. But also for the mannequin step, we want to place the telepathic diner. And what I've been doing now is I've been placing it during like Adam during the molten step. I've been running over there and placing it quickly. And then I pick up my telepad as I run down from after the server. I pick it up if it's at beds, or I pick it up if it's at generators. So I got, depending when I get here, beds. Probably got lounge. Yeah, I just hesitate there because sometimes you don't know if you hit it, right? Yeah, I got lounge. There's not a DR. And here I just pop a rain to get my sword back. Because that level 2 is a beast. And then here we're gonna hit the server. If you don't know about Alpha Omega, there's lots of code skips, just like Tag the Totem. That code skip probably was the first one solved. Unlike all of these other ones. That was definitely the first one solved over a year ago. A year and a half ago. Or even 2 years ago. The porting out the server. We can only really do that after the server step because it's not unlocked. So here we're going to hit the server again, pick up our telepad because we're going to need it for this step. I guess I waited at greenhouse here, but normally you want to wait at yellow house because that's going to be the best place it could be. And I got lucky here. 50-50 shot, otherwise probably waste 10 seconds. And we got the guy over there. You can also, there's 2 telepad placements you can do. You can place it at the, but then you might as well play for, you want to play for greenhouse. You can place it at the solitary APD area over there by the last mannequin. And you can, after lounge, you can use the teleport at beds. You can, you're pretty much right there when you teleport. But yellow house and teleporting behind jail right to diner, I like that better. And you can honestly use the teleporter twice. The way with teleporting to APD from my beds, you can only use that once, right? I don't remember what I did here. I might have teleported. We'll have to see. Now, of course, I pop my power vacuum. After I hit the server, I pop the power vacuum because the power vacuum, you want the power vac here because you want to get your swords, you want to have insta-kills going. Also, as you can see, we're on a dog round. Before, like, realistic and everything, even on classics, you want to be on a dog round because somehow in the boss fight, the you can't be on a dog round in the boss fight, so the round will automatically flip. But that triggering of the dog round ending and the round flipping somehow increases the spawn rate. Oh yeah, I did do this. So this is the other way you can do it. But yeah, it increases the spawn rate, and it just makes it, at least on normal difficulty, it makes it like a minute and a half faster. A minute faster. Otherwise it's just so slow. It's not even, it's painful to play them out because of the boss fight. But realistic, I don't think the dog round matters because at first I thought it mattered a tiny bit, but I've been doing some testing and I got to round 8 and it was pretty much the same without the dog round. But when I play, it's, I don't know if it's just like RNG in the boss fight. One of my phases was just so damn slow even with the dog round. So I'm playing without the dog round now. Also it makes this a lot easier because even doing the orb step, because the during the orb the dogs can, they just keep spawning and they charge at you. So As you can see here, I have tortoise as my additional perk. I haven't used tortoise in a long time here. So as you can see here, you're gonna have to line up the quotes to when you hit the server, because we have them perfectly timed for the best time to skip them. Like they're in the right placements to skip the longest quotes, I should say. So I hit them pretty much after 2 of his quotes. But this one, I hit it right when he says I had to make sure. Right after I say make sure is when I hit it. So that will skip this next quote coming up and trigger the orb immediately. And I got lucky here. This is the best orb, yellow house. That's the fastest. Then the next one would be greenhouse, because the last one is all the way downstairs, and you're gonna lose at least 30 seconds if you try to go for beds. If you have a sword here, obviously you can sword down and make it a little bit quicker. But I like to use the sword to run to place the head. Because if I don't get the RNG, well, the run's kind of dead. Or a speedrun. Right? So here, just once you play the map long enough, more like decent enough, you'll remember the routing. Beds, because I'm not used to beds, and just kind of it takes different pattern, at least in the main area, on the street. It will take a different path and kind of screw me up sometimes. To be honest, like if you get beds, just hit the reset button. We just hit Adam there for fun. I don't know if it makes the boss for any faster for some weird reason. Who knows? But we just hit Adam to also help us out here if he does any work. Because let's be honest, the Adam's sometimes useless. Also, as we're on realistic, you have to pay attention to your armor. Armor is really your health in this. Without the armor, you're pretty much screwed. And here we're gonna run as quick as possible. You can leave the orb right when he kind of halfway gets in the garage, and you can run. And then you want to hit the server immediately. And then you're gonna hit it right when he says his next quote, like right when he starts talking. His next quote pops up, and then you're gonna use your sword to run over here because you don't have much time. You're gonna hit Rushmore right when he's ready, and that's gonna skip the quote, and this terminal is ready. So the quicker you can sword without bonking into walls, the faster you'll hit the split for the boss. Here, the summons will come in immediately, or fast as hell. So you're gonna want to pop a rain, throw a race, and just take out your SMG or your SOG and go crazy. This should be done in like 10 seconds. Yeah, I know I'm kind of rambling on, but there's just so much to say in a 27-minute video, right? So here I'm gonna do another quote skip, the final quote skip. You can use the shield. You would need a full shield, or you can use a part, the Raygun Mark II TV part, if it's here. The Raygun Mark II TV part will be a little bit closer depending on where it is. There's one on a chair right by the shield or the table, and there's one right where I'm standing currently. You can use the shield or you can use this, but the shield, you have to be facing the shield, and let's just be honest, this is more fun. But to use the shield, you need to have a full shield. You can break your shield on the Avogadro. Or you can just pick up a shield and use the part if you have. Use the part. Also, pop your power vacuum here. It's gonna last the whole time. So here you're going to pick up the part right after the white flash, 2 seconds after the white flash appears. You're going to pick up the part and that's going to open this door immediately. Otherwise you're going to be waiting an additional 20 seconds. You can pretty much start the canister right away. Just make sure you kill like 3 zombies and try not to get stunned. Because if you get stunned and you don't really kill any zombies, he will lock down the canister. These canisters are soul based, 28, 27 zombies you will need. And if you didn't know, the Avogadro sucks souls to charge himself out of the canister. So if you don't have souls in the canister for a certain amount of time, or not many, and you haven't killed him for a certain amount of time, he will lock down the canister. That was actually pretty damn quick. So here you want to keep moving. Try to get insta kills. Don't pick up any nukes, otherwise maybe the canister will get locked down, or you just waste time because you just despawned of the zombies. Then you have to wait for them to respawn. Use your sword as much as you can, but you kind of want to keep your sword to run towards the end. Obviously, if you see a power keg drop, you can use your sword and just pick it up before you leave, as long as the Avogadro doesn't steal it. He likes to steal those drops. I got lucky here. Oh, nuke, be careful. I think I died here too, so... You want to try to stun the guy as much as you can, but you also want to be quick here. It's very like... Been averaging like 6-minute 40-second boss fight, 6:45 or something. You want to release your boss fight under 7 minutes. You want to play it safe, but you also want to be quick. So, but if you're being too quick, and if you're not moving around enough, you have to watch out for the Avogadro. You will die. And going to Dying Wish without a sword is very, very sketchy, because right when you come out of it, you have no armor to protect you, right? I've died here so many times, and it's just brutal. I might die, I think I'm gonna die here, because I have no armor, and I'm just a little crazy. Okay. And then try not to get a brain rot, because the brain rot likes to go out of the area and kill zombies. They kill mannequins. Wasting souls, right? But it is whatever. Problem with the sword is you can't get drops. You can't get drops with the sword, which kind of sucks. I don't have a sword here. Usually I have a sword and I'll run to the end here, but it is what it is. Andrew, he takes the sweet time to come. Either way. Here's probably another scary spot too, because if you don't have a sword or you don't really have much armor. I have a Dying Wish luckily, so we're good in this department, but usually you might not have a Dying Wish. Oh, that's lucky. Oh yeah, I did this flawless, didn't I? Oh yeah. It's like a minute and 2 seconds after you get him in before it ends. Well, there you go, guys. Yo for Mega Easter egg speedrun. Hopefully that commentary wasn't brutal and you learned something. Just let me know if you have any questions, put in the comments. I will make a tutorial for Ancient Evil as well soon. So let me know if anything I can improve, if I ramble on too much. etc. But that'll be it. The Alpha Mega World Record Easter egg speedrun. Commentary. And yeah, unrealistic. Ancient Evil is also unrealistic because of the at least for the Megas category, because it's just quicker. There's not much, it's not that much quicker than normal. It's not really to do with speed as much, it's more of other reasons, like playability, like RNG and everything, let's say that. And it just, it's more it's a little bit more enjoyable, unless you just can't stand realistic. But we'll keep the additional details for that video. Okay, so hopefully you guys enjoyed, and we'll catch you later. Bye bye now.